Welcome to Talking Food, Edition 2. Thanks to our friends at Ducati Australia. I'm riding the all-new Ducati Diavel V4. This bike produces approximately 170 horsepower and will get us to our destination in no time at all. Today's destination is Mosaic Pizza in Shailer Park, where I'm going to meet store owner Lewis and discuss all things pizza and the restaurant business. Join me on my ride to Lewis's award-winning venue and enjoy the show. Lewis, Mosaic Pizza.
Yes.
Mate, who is Lewis? Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Oh, mate, I've lived several lives.
Yep.
I'm currently the unofficial mayor of Logan.
Yep.
With the pizza culture around here.
Tell us about it. Obviously, you're the mayor of it.
So Mosaic Pizza came out of a crazy idea where the music, I was a DJ back in the day. So I was quite a few things back in the day. But the music industry died because of downloadable and disposable data. And Mosaic Pizza was formed as another venture for myself. I looked at buying a couple of franchises, but just beyond my budget at that point in time.
Yep.
So my wife and I decided that we'll build our own.
Right.
And we looked around. There was all these other pizza shops around here, but there was no wood fire oven. So we decided to go down the wood fire oven pizza. And the name Mosaic was actually my wife. I'm not sure where she was standing, but she saw a mosaic glass and she thought it's a combination of all our skills, our combination of our heritage, our genetics, who we are, what we do.
Yep.
And Mosaic was formed.
Damn. What year was this?
2012, 2013. Yeah.
So 12 to 13 years ago.
Yeah. Mosaic has been open for 10 years. It celebrates its 10th birthday in October this year.
Did you know anything about pizza at the time?
No.
Nothing.
I've worked in hospitality before, so I knew table service. That's basically it.
Yep.
I've never jumped into the kitchen before. But I had some Italian chefs show me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And just, being the salesman that I am, I befriended a load of people in the community. And that's, I think, probably has won us the accolades that we've become, developed a reputation for.
You have to have a quality product too. How do you? Like there's friendships and then quality product too.
Yeah.
So it's how the product form. Like pizza. It's an age-old tradition globally. Yeah. It's something that people are so fussy about. How did you get to that?
So I think pizza generically, American pizza, let's say, is oily and heavy and bread-based, and it leaves a really big hole in your box.
Yep.
The reason why we went towards a gourmet-style pizza is because it's fresh ingredients. I used to work for my father-in-law, and his theory is if you can't make it fresh, you can't make it. So hence the reason why everything that we make here at Mosaic Pizza is made to order.
Yep.
And it's made fresh. All the ingredients are hand cut in store.
Yep.
Except for things like, seafood. You can't hand cut that. That's got to be brought in fresh. But
do you catch that yourself?
I try to.
Yeah.
I wish I was a fisherman. One day. Yeah, so everything we do is with the intention that it's got to be made fresh.
Yep.
And that's why it's a quality product.
Yep. Because
you can taste the freshness. If you have a look at your pizza base, your pizza box after you've completed eating your meal, you'll notice that there's hardly any oil in there.
100%. Yeah. Yep. And that's because of that fresh ingredients. Freshness, not soaked in that. It just
there's no preservatives.
Yep.
So it tastes good and doesn't leave that heaviness after your meal. Yeah.
And that's one of the big things I think as well. As we're doing this, there's like someone cutting down like estate forest by the sounds of it. But wood chippers over there. So sorry if anyone's listening in the background. Not much you can do about that. But it's one of the things that you have when you do eat it. You don't have that full feeling at the end where you're like...
You don't feel bloated or heavy.
Yeah, 100%.
Heavy, yeah.
DJ.
Oh my God.
It's a different lifetime now. But
what was
that about? Why'd you do that?
So when I was younger, I grew up in Cairns, and I remember playing under 14s rugby league for Kangaroos Football Club, and Sunday nights used to be the main game. Sunday afternoons in game. And then afterwards, everyone would go back to the clubhouse and a DJ would come on.
Yep.
And he would entertain and he would rock the decks and it would just make everyone happy.
Yep.
And so I started following him around and he asked me to help him out. And so I'd carry his crates of records. I'd set up his PA. Then he started saying, you want to put the needle on the record. So I'd do that. And back in those days, this is the 80s. So he had a set of turntable. It was a dual turntable kit where he actually turned a dial.
Yep.
Like a rotating dial for it to go from 33 to 45 RPM.
Damn.
So he taught me all about entertaining people. It's not what you have, it's how you use it. And ever since then, I've had this obsession with music. I've always loved music.
Yep.
But I got a deeper obsession with music, deeper passion for it.
So
And then
you went DJing.
I left Cairns. I became a frontman for a couple of bands. Traveled around the world. I joined an electronic band. Headlined a big day out, that type of thing. Released video clips, got signed to a record label. I got a top 10 in the dance hits for Sony.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Especially when you're talking to those eras, music is a big part of everything in that era.
Yeah, so back in the 90s, music was everything.
Yep.
I even got a spot on a couple of local TV shows where I was the music anchor.
Yep.
For Channel 10. Had my own radio show.
Yep.
Which ran for a good, I'm going to say 10, 15 years.
Whereabouts?
Here in Brisbane.
No way.
So,
that's cool.
I couldn't walk down the street without being recognized.
Sort of like now, but in the pizza community.
Well, now I've cut my hair, they hard to recognize me. So I pursued a very entertainment lifestyle.
Yes.
And loved it. I lived by night.
Yep.
And recouped by day. Made great money. Wasted
Out
it
of
all.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then just, it's always been a part of me. I've collected records. I have a huge record collection. I have a huge CD collection.
Yep.
And that's just me in general. I think music is the universal language.
100%.
That you can talk to someone through a mixtape.
Yep.
And tell them you love them.
Yes.
Just by sending them a song.
Absolutely. It's so true.
It's nostalgic, right?
It's nostalgic, and it's still to this day, it's real hard to find new music now.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Or good music.
Good music.
Yes. Yeah. Music from the soul.
Yes.
Music from your heart.
But if someone sends you something, you love it. I think you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult. It's really hard.
Well, today's day and age, I'm dabbling in AI.
Yep.
There's tools out there that create artificially intelligent music. Well, I'm not going to say intelligent, but music you can actually prompt a language model to create frequencies to sounds that you've already listened to.
Yes.
And it's pretty phenomenal how it does it all. I'm gobsmacked knowing I play the guitar.
Yep.
And I can prompt text guitar into a language model and it'll make a guitar sound better than me.
Yes. You use it as a tool? I use it as a tool for certain things.
Yeah.
You've come from a different area where we should be against it.
No.
But you can't be.
Yeah.
You got to use it as what it can be for.
Well,
what's your thoughts on that?
I've always had the approach where I like technology.
Yep.
I love technology and I always like to pioneer with that technology.
Yep.
It's not that I don't want to be the last to know about it. I'd like to be the one that when people go, oh, how do you do this? I go,
yes,
I'll tell you.
Yes.
Follow me. So that's just the perception that I have, the ideals that I have with what I do and how I do it.
Big day out.
Oh, huge.
I've got to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because I think the biggest group of music festivals that Australia's had.
Yeah.
I went to multiple. What's it like playing one?
It was, for me, I was, I had a big ego.
Yep.
I was also, a well-recognized face.
Yep.
So doing Big Day Out in front of, I don't know how many people there was, 120,000 or so.
Yep.
It was exhilarating.
Yeah.
I'd say I was floating on stage, so to speak. The band I was with was called Soma Rasa. We had a couple of dance songs out, a couple of breakbeat songs, a breakbeat band. We'd done a couple of tours into LA, and coming back to do Big Day Out just was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It was just great. Like, imagine you're standing in front of 100,000 people and you say to them, put your hands up, and the whole crowd puts their hands up. Let me hear you say, hey, and they all go, hey. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The dopamine level at that point in time, you cannot bottle that. That's
Not replaceable?
irreplaceable. They're just moments in time that you'll never be able to describe in words what it was, what it felt like. So
What's the Monday like?
the Monday, that's running around, that's catching up, that's admin work.
Dopamine wear off?
Oh, for me, I'm not a. How can I put it? For me, I find challenges in every day.
Yep.
So I enjoy being who I am because I know that I've got tasks to do, and how to complete them is the challenge.
Yes.
So I've got to get to Roachdale to pick up the box of spinach and the box of rocket and the bag of onions. But I've got to get that done within the next 37 minutes because I've got to get back over to Waterford to collect all the produce and then all the meats and then come back to the shop to drop it off before I have to go and pick up my daughter at 2 o'clock, and it just continues. So
It doesn't stop.
yeah.
I think that's the best way for anything. Like whether it be serotonin, dopamine, and that, just keep busy.
Yeah, just keep busy.
Keep busy. Yeah,
Like
keep rolling.
I'll wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is check my bank balance.
Yep. Every day?
Every day. And the reason for me to do that is because then I know it's sort of instills in me, I've got to do a little bit more today to get that number back up again.
Yeah.
I'm trying every day to increase how much I earn. It's not a spiritual thing. It's just, I have a target, I have a goal.
Yep.
So I just need to be more active.
Yep.
Be more consistent.
Yeah. Yep.
In everything I do. Diligent. These are the words I have in my head every day. Don't be lazy.
So when you wake up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the first to get up in our household. I'm the first to put the kettle on. I'm the first to set up the breakfast to get the girls up.
Last to bed?
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love it because it's my purpose in life.
Yep.
That's what my wife gave me. Well, my wife found me at my darkest days and installed in me a new perception on life.
And that's where all this, I guess it all prepares you for this, eh?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have me as the core.
Yeah.
But everything around it is, it's built around wanting more.
Your shop and the heaps of different people, the 5 people that watch my stuff, the heaps of different people that watch this though that aren't from here or whatever. But your shop is built on entertainment.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. Like around experience, entertainment, the chat when you come in, the banter. It's a big part of what you came from, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
To bring it into this.
Yeah, I think we place a moment in time on an experience.
Yep.
Be it a song you heard, or be it a shirt you bought, or be it a holiday you went on.
Yeah.
So you always have those moments in time.
Yep.
And if you can make someone walk into the shop feel like they're your long lost cousin at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They walk in, hey, how are you? It's great to see you again. What have you been doing today? Oh my God, let me fix that with a pizza.
Yep.
That type of thing. You've just got to draw your customer in and make them, feel part of the family straight away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like a need for wanting to be.
Yeah. Be part of the family. So, you
realistically too, like authentically, like it's like, this is, every time you walk in, it is that feel.
Because you've walked in the shop many times.
Jeez. Yeah. I have.
And, well, not just you, your partner's walked in many times as well.
Yep.
But I give to you the same energy every time.
Yep.
It's because I'm happy that you have come back.
Yes.
And you found something that not only do you desire, but you found that it's a great pizza shop, great service, great food, great experience all around.
Absolutely.
And that's what you want each and every time.
Every time you come in, you just want the same thing. And I think not everyone's the same, but I'm very much, once I find the one thing that I want, let me have that experience again or whatever it might be. So
I say it's your preference. That's what it is, yeah.
Yep.
So you find something that you like, that's your
Yep.
preference. It ticks the boxes.
Yep.
All your preferences are in that box.
They're done.
Yeah, that's where you sit.
I have this feeling that a Sunday night comes around that I want to come and have a beer with you.
Yeah.
I know you're busy, but that's the thing that I want to come have a wine or something and sit here and just, that's real hard to find. That is anywhere you travel, that's very, very difficult to find because everyone's busy, everything's trying to make time stand still is very hard.
Well, funny you should say that because you know how many people actually sit down and have wine with me here?
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's that feeling.
it's the conversation, it's the moment in time, it's the experience that
Yep.
if you've got the moment, I've got the time for you.
Yeah.
There's other things that I do in the shop that people don't know about. So I do a thing called Therapizza. So Therapizza is for those guys who are busy out there.
Yep.
Who don't have a moment to themselves and their stress levels are fairly high.
Yep.
Tuesday lunchtimes, they'll book in a session with me for half an hour.
No way.
They'll come in, they'll make pizza.
Yep.
They will make the pizza and they will eat the pizza and they will enjoy their break from their mundane day that's driving them crazy just as a break. It's like a little escape. And
Creativity is.
yeah, but also
Yeah.
pizza is a food that anyone can do.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether it looks like a map of Australia or it's a perfect circle,
Yeah.
he'll still enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And that Therapizza allows, those guys out there who are highly strung too, have a little bit of me time.
How'd it come about?
Just the mate asked.
Can I come in? Yep.
Yeah, anyone can come in because it's not about, it's not a marketing thing.
Yeah.
And it's just about you having a bit of me time.
Yep.
Yeah, so I call it Therapizza. It's a very exclusive club.
Oh, would they?
Yeah. So
That is. How do you come up with these? Like, you have different things.
yeah,
Like many different games. Do you always think about it? Or?
always thinking,
Yeah.
always wondering how to do things better, always thinking how to streamline things better, how to make improvements so then it's not a challenge to others. When we first started, we started doing things like the Mosaic Minute. Mosaic Minute was an iPhone and a candid conversation with customers.
Yep.
It was great. I loved it because I would ask them, who are you?
Yeah.
What makes you tick?
Yes.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Yep.
What's your favorite color?
Yep.
Things that are just mundane, but it was a great way to just break their day.
Yep.
So just always looking for things to be different. And that's me in a nutshell.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what about pizza? How this is the big thing because it's real difficult. You say it's not difficult,
It's not.
but it's difficult to make good pizza.
No, it isn't. You just need a good dough.
Yeah.
And then anything you put on good dough will taste awesome.
Yep.
Um,
How long did it take to figure that out?
well, I didn't actually figure it out. It's a recipe that's been passed on to me by the Italians. It's a really simple process, 24 to 48 hours of fermentation, proofing.
Yep.
And allow the dough to rise. You can't rush it.
Just let it.
Yeah, let it breathe, so to speak. And when it breathes, when it lives, it creates the oxygen inside it.
Yep.
And the oxygen is what you see as the fluffiness and the crispiness
Yep.
in the pizza base. So it's all about the base.
That's where it comes from, and then you find your sauces, and here we are. Tell me about accolades. Where are we going?
Accolades.
Like, one's accolade. Like, you've won awards.
We've won pizza awards. We've done best pizza in Logan. Yeah, that was through the Courier Mail. We've won
the Triple M one.
Triple M one was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, so I just got a phone
how's-
call out of that. Someone had nominated us, and I said, "Oh, that's great. What do we do?" And they said, "Well, you just got to let your customers know to vote for you."
Yep.
And then it spawned from there, where people from all around, like we look after Redcliffe, we look after the Gold Coast, we look after Toowoomba. Customers drive from afar to have this pizza.
Yep.
And so it just spread, and before you knew it, Triple M was calling me on the radio and saying, "Hey, you've won best pizza, best Brisbane pizza." And I was gobsmacked.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How does, a little pizza shop in Shailer Park in Logan win it in Brisbane?
Because there's some good
There's some
good
great
competitors.
there's some great pizza shops out there. Oh, I love finding new great pizza shops.
Yeah.
And just comparing us to them.
Yeah.
And finding where, we can improve,
Yes.
things we can improve on. I know that we're probably 90%
Really?
traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can get to 99%, I'll let you know.
Do you talk to Italians? I know in the past you have.
Yeah.
Are you still refining?
Still refining. So, there's things that I do now where I challenge myself to understand this better.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a science to it.
Yeah.
But it's really basic science.
Yeah. Yeah.
The yeast eats the protein,
Yep.
which makes the oxidation. That's it. The oil slows the oxidation down. The salt gives it flavor.
Yep.
Simple.
Yes.
But then understanding the balance of it all.
Absolutely.
And then the room temperature and the water temperature.
Yeah.
And, how long does it actually really sit when it's the perfect dough?
Yes.
So there's a bit of a science to it, but always trying to be better, always trying to improve.
When you came here, sauces, add-ons.
Yeah.
Was it bad at the start?
No, because I didn't do it. I'd learned everything.
So by the time you got here, you were ready. You were ready to hit the ground running.
No, well, I had chefs in here to start off with. When we opened the doors, we had chefs,
right.
Italian chefs, who put all the menu together, put all the meals together.
At the start.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had chefs for a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Yes.
Who were, ones were looking for PR, ones who were they were traveling chefs.
Yep.
And the kitchen was full of Italians who were walking around talking like this with their hands and not understanding English.
Yep.
Yelling at you if you did something wrong. So if I was to put, 1 spoon of salt too much in the sauce, I kill you. That type of mentality.
Pretty passionate, hey?
Yeah. So it was educational.
Yeah. Yep.
It was great. Loved every bit of it because
Yep.
it was a great challenge for me.
Yep.
And then, marketing, understanding community, how to get involved,
Yep.
how to talk to people all the time.
It's pretty crazy how it's evolved.
It's just life. Live it. Enjoy it.
Did you like pizza?
Love pizza.
You love pizza.
Yeah.
There's a place down in Phillip Island. I work in Phillip Island a lot.
Yeah.
It's called Pino's.
Yeah.
You may have heard of it. It's a very good place. Family owned. I only eat their pizza and your pizza.
Really?
Yeah. It's hard. Like we said before, right? It might be experience more than.
Yeah, it
But it's
is.
the same. You walk into
Yep.
it's a nice family down there. It's
Because you know what you're expecting when you go there.
absolutely.
Yeah. Whereas if you go to somewhere new and you don't know,
Oh yeah.
you've already got hesitancy in there.
Absolutely. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll always, I think for me, the way I judge it is I just have a garlic pizza. Just give me a garlic pizza and see how it goes.
Touch feet in the water.
Yeah.
What's been the weirdest request? Do you have weird requests for pizzas?
Not really, because pizza's a very generic
Yep.
type of meal.
Yep.
No one comes in and goes, I'm not going to say it, but there's jokes behind all the ingredients. There's not very many crazy requests at all.
Yep.
Some people do want to have pineapple on pizza. That's up to them. That's totally up to them.
Absolutely. Yep.
If they like pineapple, have you tried ripe mango on pizza?
No, never.
Mind blowing.
Ripe mango.
Ripe banana on pizza. Oh my God. Once again, just mind blowing.
Yeah, right.
Add ripe banana to your meat lovers pizza
Yeah.
and it'll change your life forever.
Wow.
I know. These are the stuff that I've learned. So we've actually got a pizza on our menu called the Yogi Pizza. So Yogi Pizza is named after a guy called Yogi.
Really?
Yeah. So Yogi, when we were first doing our tests, said to us, he goes, I just came back from overseas. I had a meat lovers pizza and they put ripe banana on it.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. He goes, no, try it. I went, no, that's crazy. I don't want to do that. He goes, just try it. So we tried it and blew my mind away. So now we named the meat lovers pizza after Yogi just because he taught us that trick.
Wow.
And so now if you want to try something different, you go Yogi Pizza with a twist.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's what I have a yogi, and that's I call it yogi. I call it everything. Every time I call up, it's something different. I call it.
He's a local guy who lives up in Cornubia.
No joke.
Yeah.
What's having a shop like?
Man, small business. Small business is one of the greatest challenges in the world.
Yeah.
It's basically you're raising your own children, but in a sense where you have to have a balance, a budget line. You can't go below the zero mark.
Yep.
You have to stay on top of that. If you go below the zero mark, you're struggling.
Yeah.
You've got to try and keep your head above water. So if you're keeping your head above water and it's getting tough, then your challenge is to try and increase that head above water level so that you actually can keep going up. So small business has its challenges, but the greatest thing about small business is the ability to make your own decisions,
Yeah.
do your own schedule,
Yep.
know your commitments,
Yep.
and meeting all these great people along the way.
Yes.
People who help you, people who are regular customers who I feel like they're not just friends, they're part of the family.
Yes.
And it just fills up my cup to know that I can create something like this, which can not help you, but maybe the word is help, to help people just enjoy life a bit more, just a tad more.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, just 1% better.
What's creativity brought into your shop?
Everything. I love creativity. I can't stop thinking about streamlining things. Like this pizza box, I drew it all. The menu, I drew it all.
Really?
The digital signs, I drew it all. The t-shirt, I drew it all. So I can't stop.
So that still channels through.
Yeah. So I wear my heart on my sleeve through the layout of the shop.
Yep.
Marketing. You've got to be on point and present all the time.
Tell us about marketing. What's been good? What have you found? Without giving away your trade secrets, but what have you found that you just...
There's no trade secret. You have to give to get. That's what it is.
Keep push.
Yeah, but you have to give back to the community. So if I was to start a pizza shop somewhere else, the first thing I'd do is I'd go to the local sports clubs and give them vouchers.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I've got a new pizza shop. Here's some free vouchers for you to come and try it. That's the first thing I do.
Yep.
Because if they try it and they like it, they will tell more people than you could actually go and shake hands with in that day.
Yeah.
So it's word of mouth. Word of mouth is your biggest sales point. All the other stuff is to support word of mouth.
Yeah.
So you got to get involved in your community at the end of the day.
The other stuff's more just branding. It's to remember that your brand's there, that your shop's there as a brand, but the actual hands-on is community.
Community.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why you look at, we were talking about it before, the Golden Arches. They're in practically every every kid's sport program out there.
Yep.
Because they know that if they can target that demographic and grab that demographic will force the budget to come through the front door.
Straight away. Yep.
Hands down. Mummy, I just won an award.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go celebrate.
Yeah.
Oh, Mummy, Johnny won that other award. Don't worry about him. Let's go.
Let's go get your cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they know how to do it, let's just emulate that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And crazy, like they're spending billions a year on doing these programs.
Yeah.
You're crazy not to try and emulate some of the things that they
Exactly.
do.
Well, they know where all the stats are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Near every school is Golden Arches.
Absolutely it is. Yeah.
So they know where the population is. They know how to access that population. They know how to market.
Yep.
And they know their bottom line, and they know how to get to the top of that.
What's changed in a decade?
Time management. I used to have lots more time a long time ago.
Yep. Didn't we all?
And now I don't think I have any more time. Like just saying, I completely forgot that we were doing this today because I had other stuff I was going to run around and do.
Yep.
But yeah, my maturity towards understanding business has increased. I understand more about forecasting, budgets and forecasting, and where to put your efforts in.
Yep.
So a friend of mine says, you got to put your effort for reward has got to be justified.
Yeah.
So you've got to understand, effort's not just your energy, but it's your budget, it's your focus. You've got to put it where you get your best return.
Yep.
So understanding those sort of things, I've come to, be a little bit better at it.
Are you like, and I'm only guessing this, I don't know, but is March, September the peak? Like, where you're talking winter months, people are trying to eat pizza, and then through summer, do you double down on your being part of community stuff just to be there? Like, is there a season for pizza?
Well, I'm going to say the lull or the dip in our sales would probably be January, February.
It is? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think that's generally across the board. But apart from that, we're a very good steady line. Yeah.
Yep.
It may jump up and down in peaks, but that's only because of the events that are happening.
Yep.
So you've got your State of Origin Game 3, you've got your Father's Day, that type of stuff.
Tell us about State of Origin. We're coming up to a game 1, which is...
Yeah, yes.
You like football?
Love it. Football
You're
nut.
saying play football in Cairns?
Yeah, I grew up playing football. If I'm watching a football game and you ask me a question, don't expect an answer.
So you're in. You're engaged.
I'm in, yeah.
That's cool.
I love football. I think, it's just a good aggressive sport to release some energy.
Absolutely. Yep. What was it like playing in Cairns? Had some good players come from there.
It was fun, yeah. We had spawned some great Australian representatives,
Yep.
To name a few. Got Justin Hodges straight away from my team. Gavin Allen. There was a variety of players that came out of my football club. But I think football's fun.
Yeah.
It's camaraderie with mates.
Definitely.
Bonding experience with mates.
Yes.
And developing trust.
Yeah.
As well as compromise.
Balance.
So, you've got to be home by 7 o'clock. So you can't go out partying unless, you've got to be at football training at 4 o'clock. So get on the bike, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you feel that lessons through DJing, football, everything make you run the business better? Like balance, compromise, creativity? Or is it totally different?
No.
Because a lot of people say, oh, team sports are good for this.
Yeah.
But some are against that notion as well.
I think the difference between your personal life and your business life is your business life has to be structured.
Yeah.
You have to have objectives, tasks, goals, time-driven.
Yep.
Personal life, be it sport
Yep.
or whatever it is that your hobbies are or your interests are, they're not as structured. You can say, oh, I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
Whereas business...
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone walks in as you're closing the doors, says, I'm hungry. Hey, I'm open for business.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
So, I think that's the difference. And I think I don't take my personal life into my business life. I think I use skills that I've got in there, but it doesn't, what's the word for it? Doesn't overlap.
Yep. They're two total different scenarios.
Yeah.
What do you see for the next decade? You're 1 decade into here.
Oh.
Where does the next decade of Mosaic Pizza go?
I'll probably be in new hands, hopefully.
Yeah.
Someone else can take the reins and run it.
Yep.
I'll move into a new avenue, a new industry, totally fresh, start somewhere else and take my skills there, and knowing what I know today.
Be easier?
Much easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand the concept for where I'm headed with business now. So everything's time driven.
Are you a person that has to be like that? Like 10-year blocks, 15-year blocks? No?
No.
So you could do this forever?
Yeah.
But if something changed, so you're not that person? Because quite a lot of people are
structured.
10 years.
Yeah.
I need to respawn.
Yeah.
I'll take those lessons. We'll do something else. That's not...
No.
But if it arises, it happens. Yeah.
I'm silly, like I live in the moment. Yeah. I learn lessons along the way, which molds who I am today, but I don't worry about anything.
Yep.
If something is a challenge, then that's easy. Let's
face it.
Yeah, we'll fix it. Plug the photocopier in if it doesn't work. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Reboot the computer if it's not, the space bar's not working. There's a solution to everything, but I don't want myself to be not necessarily stuck, but I just don't think like that.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yep.
A friend of mine said, I need to, change the way my life insurance is set up and all that. And I said, because he was worried about his health rather than my health. And I was thinking, well, I don't actually really worry about that stuff because I know that I'm comfortable enough to know, and I'm healthy enough to know who I am today to not have to worry about things tomorrow.
Yep.
But in 10, 20 years time, when the knees aren't working and I can't swing the golf club, then I'll worry about it.
So,
until then, I'll want to go camping.
That's right. There's no point
I want to go fishing.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, today thinking about it.
Yeah.
What do you do outside of here?
I don't
Think
mind.
about it.
I play. I like to play golf.
You do golf?
Yeah. I don't play golf as often as I'd like to,
Are
but
you good?
I'm okay. I'm still a hack,
Yep.
but
you enjoy it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the craziest way to focus everything you do in life.
Yeah.
Is to that swing.
Yep.
I don't understand how it does it, but even at the driving range, I'm just focused on trying to keep the ball straight.
Yep.
And as far as I can go.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the craziest concept.
Hyper-focus.
Yeah. Hyper focus on hitting that ball. I do like this new AI phase that we're in.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the education of it all.
Yep.
And seeing if I can grow into that.
Yes.
So it's a good outlet for me.
Yep. Because it combines everything. Combines your structure because you got to put time to it.
Yeah.
Combines a bit of creativity.
Yeah.
And trying to enhance knowledge. So
Yeah.
it's sort of right
And
up your alley.
technology, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't do AI on an iMac from 1996.
No, it's impossible. Near impossible.
Yeah.
It's amazing where it's going, hey?
Yeah.
I've seen some of your stuff and it's incredible. Like
It
just
is.
to be able to do it. Just the physicality of being able to do that process. It's quite amazing.
There are some guys out there who I really admire because their structure is phenomenal.
Yep.
Just beginning to end, how they can create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
It's all, at the end of the day, it's all data.
Yep.
It's all virtual.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually exist.
No, there's nothing that's been, it's not like this.
Yeah, it hasn't been printed.
Nope.
It hasn't been given to you as a DVD. It hasn't been given to you as a CD.
Nope.
It hasn't been given to you as a card. There's no actual tangible product out of it.
No.
But yet people are making millions out of it, billions even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some they've never touched.
Yeah. So that guy, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He is a beast.
Yeah.
He spawned so many other Mr. Beasts just from him constantly being diligent about releasing content, digital content.
I was going to ask you that. Mentors. Do you have any?
Yeah.
Are you a mentor person or not?
Oh, there's people I like to learn from.
Yeah.
They say, if you want to be successful, hang around successful people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's people who I love to have a conversation with in regards to where I'm currently at, and they help me understand what I do, how I'm doing it. I have a friend, my best mate, who's a super freak geek programmer, but he's more than just a programmer. He's a super freak geek at business.
Yep.
So he doesn't see the internet the way we see the pictures and text. He sees it as the code.
Yeah, right.
He sees it in the Morse code, the matrix.
So he's behind it.
And he likes to get that structure in where he knows the input and the energy going in for the reward that's coming out. He has that formula. And he's the one that, inspires me to try to do more, be better.
Yeah. It's nice to have those people.
Yeah. I've got another guy who is a music nut.
Yep.
Strange enough, he and I, our birthdays are almost the same. He's on the 24th and I'm on the 25th.
Yep.
Once again, very creative, highly intelligent being.
Yep.
And really good at understanding concepts straight away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without blinking an eye. He knows.
So puzzles and concepts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if there's a new way of doing things, he's already understood how it actually works.
Yep.
Just by looking at it. Yeah. I wish I knew how to do that.
Some special people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real skill set. Yeah.
And he's an avid music collector. He's a really focused music collector on a certain genre of music that, everyone knows, but they don't really get into it. Whereas he knows the entire catalog from the first release of what that genre was to the latest release of what that genre is, and who's behind it all, and what date they produced it, and what was on the walls when they recorded that song. He's
everything.
He knows everything about it. Yeah.
Last question.
Highly educated man.
What's your favorite album?
What genre?
That's
What era?
Yeah.
what
Is there one? Is there one that just sticks in your mind where you've had a good day, you want to go home and you put an album on? Is there something you go, gee, I love to listen to that? Like, is there a Dark Side of the Moon? Is there a
There's
Appetite for
a-
Destruction? Is there a
there's
Nevermind?
there's a singer who I collected his entire catalog.
Yep.
Because I really enjoyed the way he structured all his music. His name's Brian McKnight.
Right.
I can probably pick 2 or 3 albums from there. There's
Yep.
10. There's Superhero.
Yep.
And his first album, One Last Pray. I just levitated towards his style of music.
Yep.
He's a very romantic style of music.
Yep.
He's got a history. He could have been the 6th member to Boys to Men, that type of thing, Yeah.
Yep.
So he was part of a group called Take 6 before they became Take 6.
Wow.
So Take 6 is an a cappella
Yeah.
gospel choir.
Yep.
And just I know a lot of it that
Yep.
people don't know. So,
But that's something that
Yeah.
you'll put on and
I've got to meet him a couple of times,
Oh, really? Yep.
introduced my wife to him.
Do you have an album that puts you back in time? Do you have anything that you go?
No, not really. I've got classic songs that put me back to where I was in high school.
Yep.
I remember still being on the school camping trip on the bus. I had a big ghetto blaster.
Yep.
I had 2 songs on one tape, and it was one of those reversible players. So
Yep.
it would get to the end of the tape,
Yep.
switch over, go to the other side. So 2 songs. I had Radio People on the end of side A,
Yep.
and then Roses Are Red as the beginning on side B. And those songs would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Because it's something you mentioned before at the start when we first talked, and I love having that where something transports you back when you walk
Yeah.
into something. You're like, oh, I remember that smell, that
Yeah,
moment or something, or that song at that moment.
Yeah.
They're nice feelings.
Like I still listen to those songs today, and I don't actually I have a playlist, a Spotify playlist
Yep.
of just songs that I really enjoy.
Yep.
And it's not just classic songs. There's songs that I'm listening to that I would never have listened to way back.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to, drum and bass.
Yep.
I'm listening to a little bit of heavy metal, some classical music as well.
Yep. It's everything.
Yeah, just a bit of everything.
Yep.
Runs my mind. There's a guy called Alex Hormozy. I don't know whether you've heard of him.
No.
He's a genius businessman, very young businessman.
Yep.
Started in the fitness industry. He's a multi-billionaire now.
Yeah.
So I listen to his podcast as well as On the Roads because he talks really fast. He's a really great salesman, but he makes it so easy for you to understand.
Right. Just
Yeah.
breaks it down.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a formula to everything with things.
So it's fast.
Yeah.
But we can all understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everyday language.
Because that's really hard sometimes. When you get really intelligent, sometimes it's kind of hard to.
I think his brain is ticking
Yep.
twice as fast as everyone else's brain.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
And that's fast.
Yeah, it's real fast. Well, mate, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you going to have a slice of pizza?
We're going to have a slice of pizza for
Yeah.
sure. We'll do that. And thanks for having us. I appreciate it, mate. And
Anytime.
it's something I've been thinking of for quite some time. And I tried to pair. I've had this Ducati for a little bit of time, and I tried to pair these up with a bike sort
Yeah.
of thing. So Italian pizza with an Italian motorcycle.
Yeah.
So just the timing worked out to be here, and I've sent it back now. But I did all the filming of it coming in the driveway and that before. So if you're watching it, Mosaic Pizza, Logan Home. Thank you, mate.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for taking the time to watch Talking Food Edition 2. If you have a venue that you'd like us to go visit, please reach out. And once again, thanks to Lewis for his time and the pizza. It was absolutely fantastic. Your venue is amazing, Lewis, and look forward to many more chats in the future. Like and subscribe to our channel, share it to your friends, and enjoy some pizza at Lewis's store.